Business travel and events organizations have all reported a swifter than expected return of activity in recent months this year. So I would love to find out how swift is that return. Perhaps we can start with Max. Will you take us through the incentive travel market and specifically for Thailand and also the state of forward demand for incentive travel?
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, it's a very good afternoon to all of you that joining the IT&CM today. I think from your question is actually so true because from my observation from both my roles as the president of SITE, for those of you that don't know SITE is the only organization that internationally focusing on incentive travel. And another role is I'm also the owners of the DMC in Thailand. From my observation, there are two areas that I've been observing since I would say Thailand and the regional lifted the pandemic restriction. Number one, all the corporate buyers start to travel, to plan. Like one of my members from one of the very big corporate in Thailand start to travel out already because she's been waiting for a very long time to reorganize the incentive travel again for her members. Secondly, from the peers, the DMC members under SITE and also ICCA, which is I'm also the vice president, they start to be very busy since July. Like inquiries start to come in and there's not enough time for them to prepare because the incentive has been held back for a long time. And so yeah, from my observation, things start to come back unexpectedly, but it's up to the DMC or the hotel to be ready and then grab the opportunity. So yeah, it's absolutely like overwhelming, but it's a good problem.
Yeah, in fact, I've been telling a lot of friends here at the show that someone hit the fast forward button without giving us any warning and we'll be like flying forward. Now, Max, many destinations use the long travel disruption to upgrade their experiences for visitors. So does it mean that it is now a treasure trove of new experiences waiting for top achievers?
Absolutely, especially in Thailand, like Kuchirut mentioned, we took the pandemic years, I call it pandemic years, to really develop both the products and the software. So Thailand has been very fortunate with the strong, active organization like TCEP. So they have been, doing a lot of development on the products, update to the DMC within the country because we couldn't have any international visitors at that time. So all the DMC that remains are very knowledgeable with the destination and at the same time, they can get to develop the products for the incentive travelers, especially the top achiever. And at the same time, the software, which is the people, TCEP has been already doing a lot of training and making sure that during the pandemic time when there wasn't not much of the business, we develop the people. We look after the new generation to support the industry in the future. So with both, I'm pretty sure that, especially Thailand, we are ready with the new product, with the new program for the top achiever when they come to Thailand. Because we don't necessarily to sell the same product, but now we have the knowledge, so we develop that. Because I told my members and my team all the time that you can sell the same destination, but you need to add in what, can bring the better experience and the new experience. So that is something that we are doing right now as a DMC, but the customer love it because even though they've been to Thailand many times, especially Bangkok, but with the time that we have learned and developed, we can think the different way. Like Kuchirut mentioned, is absolutely true. Like local community engagement, what else that we can bring the local wisdom into the program. So yeah, we pretty ready, I would say that, especially for Thailand, when the top achiever of incentive come, they will really have a great experience.
Wonderful, thank you, Max. Waikin, what is your members' appetite for association meetings around the globe, and how does the meetings recovery in APAC compare to the other regions?
Thanks for the questions, and then I think Max also bringing a lot of ideas about how is that recovery. First thing first, that from the association point of view, that we know association engagement, member engagement, education's knowledge exchange shouldn't be restricted or shouldn't be stopped, even by the pandemic years. And if you're looking at the ICCA destination impacts performance, you will see that pretty much like the business non-stop. You mentioned about recovery. Yes, I would say in Asia Pacific, we are experiencing a good recovery. Like this year, we talked about reopen, and then now economy recovery. To give you one example, like in Thailand, that's a lot of activities and international travelers coming in. Plus, I must say, and I must acknowledge in a way that in Asia Pacific, there are still many destinations that haven't really relaxed fully on the travel. Or I would, like for international travelers compared to European and in US. But in a way that we will see in comparison that we are actually kind of like open up already and then moving. Hopefully they'll be definitely be on track, like in comparison on Latin America and also Africa, they're all open. So here to conclude in a way that yes, we are reopened, we are recovery, but there are still competitions. The competitions regionally and also like in between the region as well.
Okay. Good, Kay. TSEP shared some very positive news when he led a mission to Singapore in July. Thailand is building back a strong calendar of events for 2022 and next year. Now, because not everyone in the audience was in the Singapore Forum, so maybe let's revisit this topic. Can you tell us, what sort of events were the first and fastest to return to Thailand, and what clues do they bring, about the appetite of event owners and organizers?
Thank you, Karen, and good afternoon to you all. Thailand wine industry is showing a good sign of recovery. We have seen a positive outlook for business returns, especially for the corporate market that adapt to change more quickly than other sectors in organizing meeting and incentive travel. Since March, when Thailand started to reopening our borders, we have welcomed over 100,000 international visitors to Thailand, and 70% of that is came from meeting and incentive or MI. And we see many smaller groups coming because of the hybrid has significantly impacted business events. However, mid to large group size still exists. One of a large-scale group size of a well-known direct selling company just finished their events in August, which have approximately 10,000 delegates from 50 countries, and that is the biggest one of the business events since country reopening borders. In 2022, we are seeing the most of NI group coming to Thailand from the short-haul market. India is the leading country, thank you to that, and followed by Malaysia and Singapore. So it's a strong sign that a country in short-haul market will be leading for the recovery. So the travel distance will be critical for traveling. So when looking at the destination in Thailand, Bangkok and Phuket still the top choices. However, there is an indication that people will looking to more and more at the smaller cities or other alternative cities. Like, for example, for the MI group, we have an inquiry for Waikin and Krabi and also Khao Lak. This three cities is a seaside destination in the southern part of Thailand. So it's a strong sign again that this oceanic setting is preferable for rehabilitation, after the 2 years of travel restriction. Another thing that was mentioning is that people are, event owner and organizer is looking for the old location. Like there are increased demand for the two destinations. We have an inquiry that to combine destinations like Bangkok, Waikin, or Phuket and Krabi. One is the well-known city, and another one is rising or smaller cities. So we can expect that the event owner or organizers will be more cautious on designing the experience for their delegates and choosing destination, and the lead time will be getting shorter and shorter.
Now, Kunki, those are interesting points because a lot of destinations are also looking to spread demand into the smaller and emerging destinations so that more people in the community can benefit from business, so that helps. Yeah.
Yes.
Waikin, as meetings get back on track, do you see virtual-only event formats being discarded quicker than expected this year? And at the same time, are association meeting planners changing their opinion of hybrid events? So basically, are hybrid events still the way to go?
It is, and face-to-face meetings and events definitely back, and that's everyone's looking forward to. And again, though, it's really depending on the nature of the associations. It's also look at the geographical, demographical, or the nature. Having said that, like, say for example in the US, there is this called duty of care. That many of the association's members may not able to travel out to US, so hybrid digital will be the solutions. That's definitely. And it will be interesting also, yes, the pandemic years, the past years has been quite difficult. But again, like what Kun Shunru was saying, that it's allowed us to become more innovative in a way that able to connect. You will see from the ICCA destinations index that non-mainstream. What I'm saying is non-mainstream associations meeting are more digital. So it kind of like raised for 40% because that's enabled them to connect. So I personally think face-to-face, that's the way. Hybrid, like as a provider or congress or conference provider, we need to equip ourselves, prepare ourselves to enable to provide options to the clients so that we are prepared. In a way, when there is inquiry, we'll be able to kind of like help them on a different scenario planning, because like to help them to decide what will be better fit to their objective or reach out to their members.
So Waikin, how do you define non-mainstream associations?
A less coordination, say for example, I would say like medical, the top 5 like medical, science and educations are on the mainstream, where always on the top 5 there is a lot of program. I'll give you one example, like historical science, that is more on the research and academy. That's where you don't need to have a lot of coordination whereby they can connect each other, all the scientists.
Okay.
Digital. And then you will see that it's a huge kind of like rise on the meetings is being more active in the past 2 years.
Okay. Good Max, incentive travel must have been hard to replicate online, since the joy of travel reward, is best obtained in person, right? So, but can technology be used to enhance the incentive travel experience?
Well, yes and no. To me, I would feel that technology can help on the planning part, how the incentive houses or the DMC can really present the destination in the digital one, in the digital way to the customer, so that will help to make the customer feel a little bit understand, and also feel like, okay, this is the destination, this is the activities and so on. But again, incentive travel is all about experiential, so I have witnessed some of the digital incentive or online incentive. It didn't work. No. To me, I feel like, and not only to me, the customer themselves as I feel like you cannot reward the incentive delegates with the online or the virtual one. So yeah, can help on the planning part, enhancing on some of the elements during the real experience. For example, the gala dinner, to really have some very beautiful and fancy kind of light and sound technology-wise. But other than that, it has to be in person. It has to be face-to-face. And yeah, so that I would say can help, but not like 100%. I would say 15%.
Okay. Yeah, so technology hasn't really helped all segments of MICE, right? Yeah. Okay, Kun K, business events experienced very rapid innovation over the last 2 years, particularly in the digitalization of events while people stayed home. How do you see the motivations behind events innovation changing now that people can travel again for meetings? And how is TCEP helping industry players to keep innovating for the better, and in which areas?
Okay. Face-to-face meeting is returning, but in the environment of digital too. can help to in facilitating and implementing the events and also enhancing experience like Waikin mentioned. So this will be a joint effort between both sides. And I believe that virtual event will not completely, replace face-to-face meeting, especially for MI group that direct experience is the key and the core. And also true for the professional networking for the convention, that the true trust and confidence will be enhanced by face-to-face interaction. So in conclusion, face-to-face meeting will continue with the digitalization filling the certain gap, like reducing some time-consuming processes, multiplying expected results, or expanding audience reach beyond the physical space. So that will be digitalized, will be filling the gap. And on the TCEP part, we have been supporting events professional on digitalization and innovation to we call the My Innovation Project. And we create the My Innovation Catalog and also the Technomarch. We provide business matching platform and also digital workshop and the Inno Voucher, which provide funding scheme for hybrid exhibitors of all sizes to promote innovation implementation. And our next step is to evaluate the actual of digitalization and effectiveness on the scientifically proven basis, whether we can utilize all of digitalized service.
Okay. The talent crunch is a major concern for the travel, tourism and events businesses, right? It has become an employee's market now, and hirers are coming up with innovative ways to attract, retain and train its people. So how do you see your organization contributing to the talent shortage solution? You can start with Max. So how is SITE helping its members with resource matters?
Yeah, that's a real big problem right now, I would say. As you know that SITE really promote the young leaders. As the headquarters, we do have a program called SITE Young Leader Conference every year. We, try to develop the next generation in the industry. For Thailand, especially, we are also following that, direction. We are, I think next week, SITE Thailand is going to sign some MOU with the university to really develop and co-create some of the, young generation for the industry. So we feel that with the core pillars of SITE, we promote the networking, we promote the education, and we promote the certification. But we have to also promote the young leader in all the pillars as well. So step by step, I think Thailand chapter is going to follow and try to encourage the young leader to join our industry more. I think that's the number one problem, because with this pandemic, the young leader may feel that tourism may not be prospered, but we have to do differently. So that's why during this time we are going to promote and try to work more with the universities. Like I think what the IT&CM is doing for the young leader is also excellent. So we try to tap those kind of community and tell them about how great is our industry, especially incentive travel. So we start with doing that MOU with the universities, and then exchange not only the trainee or the internship, but also exchange the opportunity for the student to join and try with the international association like SITE. So that we are doing a small step. But of course, TCEP and our fellow association like ICCA has been already doing, but we're doing it a little bit different way on the incentive travel focus. So yeah, that we think the only way that we can help the shortage of the manpower. We can't really pull the engineer right now, like at the age of 40 to come and work for the DMC. We can just maybe build from the small, young leader from the university side. So that's what SITE Thailand is doing right now.
So we're dependent on us ourselves to convey the positive message of this career, of this profession, right?
And we need to, because they may not see it. They can just see that with this pandemic hit Thailand and the global very badly, some of the students already almost quit, like, oh, I'm not going to study hospitality anymore, something like that. So that thing happen in some of the inside thought of the students. So that we're trying to maybe raise it awareness a little bit, like, please don't worry, because tourism is not going to die. People still have to travel, and especially MICE is part of the motivational, especially incentive. That's something we need to educate. They would not know until maybe at a late stage. So that's.
Yeah, tourism can't die. I mean, exploration has been in existence since the caveman age, right? Waikin, how about ICCA? You know, does ICCA have upskilling programs or any campaigns to attract young talents?
We do. Similar to Sai, or similar to Max was saying, that the youth or the younger generations, that definitely we need to nurture or push. Another point of view is that we need to also let them understand what is business event about, and we ourselves as senior will be a mirror to them, also in a way to attract them, to tell them that being recognized, our industries should be being recognized. Even like we should treasure like what we are doing. It's not just about like, it's basically beyond tourism. Like you are actually contribute to the local community. And like ICCA started this year, we actually work with Royal Convention Bureau together with Penang Convention Bureau, that we launched the first Youth Asia Challenge program that will be continuing, and then we will expand for the university students as well as the youth. And also we are actually working like ICCA Asia Pacific, say our office is actually working with our members locally or destination building into like to understand what's the gap. One of the things that we also create some platform to enable all the members to share some case studies. Like number one is how to work with the youth and what's going on and where they can attract manpower, how to retain. So that's what we are doing. And to answer your questions, ICCA does now have a certifications program that will help the business event ecosystem. Was talking about the ICCA that consists of 7 modules in looking at a full holistics on what is business event or destination of thing about. So yeah.
Okay. So the certification will target mid-career switchers or professionals?
Two group of for the new entry. So that's on the certificates, and then for those that really interested or with some experience would like to continue on the executive levels.
Okay. Could you tell us about TCEP's initiatives to attract new talents?
One of the key missions of TCEP student distribution is to develop manpower and workforce standards and also professionalism. And we have my capability development department dedicated to that mission, and they don't work alone. They work together with our partner, local university, local authorities, and also local association like I mentioned, Thailand, ICCA, and they cover for the entire ecosystem of MICE industry, from grooming the next generation of leaders in the economic institution, and also upskilling the current workforce to drive the industry, and the development and the capacity building is not only for the MICE personnel, but TCEP has created a program to tap into MICE stakeholders in organization level to help them enhance new business opportunities. And for now, over 1,400 event professionals have been certified with the global recognition qualification. Like we work together with Thailand to certify CIS, CITP, and we work together with others associations to certify like SEPC, CEM, CNP, like that. And we ran incentive course as well. We call hybrid and hygiene, or 2HY, to prepare our MICE operator for the new change of the entire MICE industry. And also the process of digital strategy on digital events, and of course sustainability that we're focusing on right now.
Now, a lot of destinations use the 2 years of disruption to upgrade the experiences that we spoke about, right? Did you also see the last 2 years getting more industry professionals wanting to upgrade their skills and coming in for your programs that you offer?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I think everybody who want to spend the time with some upskill, reskill, like site members and TCA members, always like we have more certified kind of person for our program, because like we have CIS, like Kun K mentioned, and CITP for the advanced level of certification. So yeah, especially in Thailand, we tend to use that time to reskill and upskill and to understand more of what else they can learn from different certification program. And yeah, so we love to learn.
That's encouraging to know, because we heard of the term, the great resignation. A lot, the industry has lost quite a bit of talent. So those who actually chose to stay put and invest in upskilling means that they're going to stay put with us for a long time to come, right? Okay. As Asia Pacific's MICE industry gets on with recovery, what would you say are the most critical enablers for business to build back stronger and faster? Could Max go for it?
That's a tough question. I must go with people. Now it's very, I would say critical, but it is critical because now we don't have enough professionals that ready for the business that's coming back. Like as I mentioned, since July until now, my fellow TMC members and friends here, they are very busy because as soon as Thailand opened and lifted, the inquiries start to come, and we could not handle it very well. So what I would like to mention that is, how can we get the people fast enough? How can the TMC companies in Thailand get the professional one to really cope with that kind of volume that comes in, especially incentive travel, because they have been holding back for many years, like 2.5 years, including the planning and the preparation part. And some of my inquiries that has been postponing, they grow from 700 to 1100 now, because they were so excited that they can get to travel. So that extent. So yeah, how can we, I think as a whole industry, get enough resource, especially human resources, to cope with that? Because as the owner of the companies, we are struggling to be able to, and have to be turning down. I'm not showing it off, but I just mention it because I want to share. We have to turn down some of the inquiry that want to include the destination to be on the tender, but we just cannot handle. Yeah, so this is, I would say, critical. So I don't know how can we cope together for that, but we just hope that now each of the company will have to find a way to really cope with that. Otherwise, it's a opportunity loss.
Yes.
That I wouldn't want Thailand and the Asia Pacific countries fellow to have that, yeah. Because we are the very beautiful destination. So people want to come anyway, but we just cannot handle them.
Yes, that's right. To emphasize how busy he is, right after this panel he has to dash off to fly to Shanghai for site inspection for an American incentive group that's coming here. I hope we get the business. Yeah.
Already.
I just want to see that. Oh, that's wonderful. Waikin, what do you think is the most critical enabler for business to get back?
I think we need to work together. I mean, to be stronger or in sharing, like how can I put it, expertise and also share together at all levels. When I say at all levels, like Max, you have to fly and do the groundworks now. So that's to build stronger. And I must say, in a way, looking at in a general view, I must echo what TSEP had presented just now, the 3 key elements on the inclusive, digital, and the wellness. Yes. So that's in somehow that you prepare yourself in a more holistic way. I must say, like just now we talked about, like we may not have a solution right now, but at least we be resistant. We still go back to be resistant, and then we be agile, we'll be able to kind of like flexibility to manage. Or people from other industry, because when I read the Thailand nations that are picked up from the PwC Pricewaterhouse research, the great resignations is actually across all the industries. Like some of the furniture industry people, they want to go back to their own. Yeah.
the pandemic is a bit of an awakening for a lot of us to reevaluate our values in life and our priorities as well. Yeah. So I would like to give some time to the audience. If you've got questions for our panelists, it's the time to speak up.